think it's important for us as women to remember that we have a voice and that there are a lot of different ways that we can express it, and that it's important for us to gather together and help our collective voice to be heard. I think it's also important to remember that even if we feel like we're the minority, that our voices do matter, and especially when we come together, they can be very strong. Well, my husband and his first wife, who unfortunately passed away from breast cancer about 8 years ago, used to throw an election night party every 4 years for the few Democrats that they knew in Palos Verdes. Palos Verdes is not known as a Democratic stronghold, and so they thought they'd gather their friends together. So my husband and I have been continuing this tradition. We were so optimistic, we were confident that Hillary Clinton was going to win. Unfortunately, as the evening progressed, it became clear that that probably wasn't going to happen, and I didn't really focus on it that much. I was so busy keeping everybody happy, throwing this big party at my house. I wasn't watching the TV, and I'd hear these little snippets, and people would say, "Oh, I think it's not looking good." I'd say, no, there's no way she's going to lose. And then people started leaving early, and the tone of the party started seeming more like it was awake, and we were all out of there by 10 o'clock.
Hillary Clinton has called Donald Trump to concede the race.
Some women across the country decided to have women's marches the day after the inauguration, and I participated in the march in Los Angeles. The media reports had 750,000 people, and it sure felt like it. Even on the subways on the way up there, the subways were so crowded that the trains wouldn't even stop for people waiting on the platforms. And when we got out of the subway, we could barely move. But it was really friendly. I never felt in danger. Everybody was just so happy to see that they weren't the only one that was horrified at what was going on in our country. It was an amazing day. We all wore our pussy hats, which was a reference to a comment that Donald Trump had made during the campaign, which I will not repeat here. And it was just a really great, empowering day, but it wasn't enough. It's pretty easy to just go on with your own life after that and just feel like that was a one-time thing. Thankfully, one of the women at my church realized that a lot of the women at my church had marched, and so she got us all together. I think there were about 30 of us, and we decided that we needed to keep on meeting. And so we quickly came up with a name of NCLU, a takeoff on ACLU, and we called ourselves Nasty Church Ladies Unite. We've been meeting for the last year and a half, nearly every month. We've since changed our name to Nasty Concerned Ladies Unite because we want to make it clear that we are not associated with a certain church or religion, that all religions are welcome, or even if you don't have a religion, that's totally fine. We've even had some men who have expressed an interest lately, and so I think we're going to change our name to Nasty Concerned Liberals Unite. So we're very adaptable. We are united in our distaste, that's not really a strong enough word, our horror at Donald Trump and the things that he is bringing upon this country. We may not all agree on exact specific issues, but we are united in our desire to have Donald Trump leave office. Our meetings consist of educating each other about the latest developments in our country. Some are pretty fantastic. I think most importantly, though, share tips on how to take action, whether it's where different phone banks are going to be, which politicians we should contact to voice our opinions, and even on local issues, how we can get involved in different things. And we also vent a bit, and that's really important too. And it's been a really good way for us to get to know each other and feel like we're able to take action. It's weird to feel like I'm in a resistance group. I am in a resistance group. I'm part of the Trump resistance, and that word resistance is something that I think of in relation to the history that I learned about in World War II. I am glad that I've met some people in Palos Verdes that I can speak freely with. I've made some really great friends this way. There are some people that I know that don't feel like they can speak freely in Palos Verdes about being a Democrat, and I don't feel that. I am grateful to have this group that gets to meet and feel like I can make a difference. I feel empowered as a woman at this point. maybe because I'm a freelance website designer, that voicing my opinion on these things is not going to get me fired from my job. I feel as a woman, there are some ways that I have more of a voice and that I'm able to organize things. I'm grateful that my background doing so much volunteer organization, PTA president type stuff, has helped me to be able to organize a group such as this and help to integrate me into this great community. I'm very grateful for that, and it's been a wonderful way to get to know Palos Verdes better while feeling like I can make a difference.